All right, so another Let's Talk video. This one is going to go into a new, uh, we'll say modern day warfare FPS. And I will not say this is the new coming of one of the other franchises. I'm not going to go there with it. If you know, you know. But yeah, Gray Zone Warfare, raw gameplay footage. This is made in Unreal Engine 5, so it's going to look very shiny and fancy and cool. But let's see, there's 23 minutes of raw gameplay here. So let's see exactly what Gray Zone Warfare. So this is a PvP, but it's also a PvPvE, which means there is some competitive. There is some competitiveness to this, but it's also there is NPCs running around that you can shoot at too. How this is set up, I don't know. This is my first time seeing it, so I'm interested to see is if it's PvPvE. This is probably either something like a battle royale meets like a large scale map where you're running around grabbing stuff. What I'm curious to see is if this is something like a competitive, because if this isn't competitive and you're just running around grabbing stuff, it's kind of that's very bare bones basic in my book. I just let's see what it is. Let's check it out.
Roger. Raven is in the air and heading to base camp. This is Raven arriving shortly near your position.
Mad Fingers Games presents Gray Zone Warfare. Okay, so there's an extraction zone. Yep. Are they going to be putting bags on the hook or something? My brain went straight to like the Division where you extract stuff out of the dark zone. Jumping on the helicopter, going for a ride. All right, gotcha. This is base.
Ready up, we're taking off.
Is this going to be like a war sim? Not so much a like competitive vibe, but like an actual go through a briefing, run out, jump on the helicopter, go into the area.
30 seconds.
One thing I'm definitely noticing is the gun does not feel like it's gigantic on the screen. It's very definitely feels like a tool rather than a focal point. Like, look at my gun. It's got a bunch of attachments, and I worked so hard to unlock everything. It's kind of the vibe that you get from the other FPSs. That's okay. So that is actually something I would say zoom in on the scope. There's a reason why you have the scope. The scope is kind of just in the way if it's so far zoomed out. Following MFG Dave. All right. It's very minimal hull, or HUD. So I'm thinking this is trying to go into more of like a simulation than, the cinematic blockbuster movie style. Do we have an objective on the radar? No comms, no voiceover, no nothing. No hand movements of, hold or follow or anything. a lot of people would probably be like, it's a walking simulator at this point. And it's like, well, you have to get into the war zone somehow. And yes, you have to run into the war zone. So this actually makes a lot of sense. The first guy took point. Oh. So far, I mean, very minimal on like your animations and stuff. See, that's the way that you should have the scope. I'm not. Like, basically no recoil, very small weapon flare happening off from it. I get what they're going for with this. It's total realism. It's definitely not like, you know, video gamey, if you will. I hate that term. I hate that term so much. This is way more on the simulation side. The thing is, with the simulation side, you'd end up having cross comms happening. So, even if this is very early, you know, you should be if they are going to have cross comms happen in the background of, you know, enemy northwest, you know, 2 knots out or whatever. Like, have that in your first trailer. I'm noticing the logos on the weapon also, so I wonder if they actually have licensed contracts, or if that is, couldn't quite pick out what the logo was there, but I mean, if they are going in for like a licensed contract with, you know, manufacturers, then that would go to push the realism a little bit more, because then you have full on, okay, a little bit of a UI there. So a little bit, so it's simulation with a little bit of gaming knowledge in there. Of, you know, you can use a health pack and such. So is this multiplayer? There's no players talking back and forth either. There's nobody on voice comms. So exactly what is happening here? I'm thinking this is PvE, because okay, second, just he's gonna make a cast on his arm. Oh, and then it disappeared. So that's 2 different health packs. I would say at minimal, just so you know where you're going, what you're trying to be doing, give us a GPS radar of some kind, a watch or something, you know, that's just enough to be like, okay, your objective is that direction over there, inside that building. You're trying to get intel, or, you know, capture enemy, extract them, and then also where's your extraction zone on this from where you're at here. Some folks are probably going to be like, this is like alpha gameplay. It's like, yes, but even alphas have a lot of stuff I'm saying, alphas have that now. Technically, this would actually be beta gameplay anyways. It's not alpha because there is textures and it's not blocking or anything on this. So I seen this video pop up on my news feed a few times over again, and that's why I was interested to see, like, okay, what is this? So far, I like the simulation aspect of it. It's very intriguing. Of like, I would like to see this be just a straight up PVE, where you're going around the world doing a bunch of missions. Because this, I'll go there. This does kind of have a feel of like Modern Warfare's story mode campaigns, which I absolutely love, but it's got a little more simulation than the Hollywood, big movie set pieces and everything. But it's very minimalistic on top of that too, almost to the point where it's like I don't exactly know what's I get the gist of it. We're on mission. We're trying to get you just grabbed a key card. There's nothing indicating that we need to grab a key card. It's almost too minimalistic of what they're doing here. Again, flip up. Okay, we have a map. We have a little bit of an inventory system. So it's not like you're taking your backpack off and rummaging through your backpack or something. And what I mean by that is if you play Sons of the Forest, you literally take the backpack off and the backpack goes, and then you can pick your items and all that stuff. That's what I mean by that. Let's see. It's like if we run up into the building, arrest the target, and then extract them back to the helicopter or something. Even though I don't like extraction missions too much myself, I just feel like that's a babysitter mission. Or go in and take out the target, grab intel, and maybe the intel is like a hard drive or a laptop or something. Throw it in your backpack, and you gotta run it to the extraction zone. Again, that's super cool. I'm interested to see if it goes there, because again, we don't know what. There is no mission briefing. There is no cross-comms chatter to tell us what exactly is happening. Okay, so we're bouncing between a few different soldiers. One of them's got a sniper, one of them's got an assault rifle. A couple of them's got assault rifles. Alright. I don't even mind it that I'm not able to spot the enemies while watching this video. Like there's not like a dink enemy here or anything, because when you get hands on with it, you'll train yourself to spot everyone, and what the experience wants you to learn, the skills of spotting people in the distance and all that. It's funny because they know exactly where to look, so it does kind of take you out of experience on that. If they didn't know where to look, they would be walking in way more. Boy. There's a depth of field going on here where they could actually turn that off. I would 100% just turn that right off. The depth of field, it went onto the grass, and the background was blurry, which made the enemy blurry. That's just a UE5 thing. Back over to your other. Oh, right. Wait, so that other. I guess that was just the animation didn't fully play out or something. I thought that the first time that the person was healing, it looked like it was a different type of bandage or something. I guess it's just that one bandage. Keep moving. Keep moving up. So are these players? Yeah, they are. They're multiple players, but again, there's no voice chatter, so it's hard to tell what exactly is going on. So that right there, the UI right there, that makes me think of like Escape from Tarkov or something, where you're grabbing your loadout. See, this is your backpack loadouts. Multiple magazines. He's running low. All right. You have water, your phone. Okay, so they have a phone right with them. Why are they not using? Why are they not using some of these devices to check? That's okay. So you have weight management, hydration, intoxication, radiation, energy. Was it? Oh yeah, that's your health bar. Boy, so you have to stay hydrated and check it. Again, it's going for very simulation, but this feels. I mean, well, this just feels like it's very early concept. This it kind of feels like a tech demo. It does really feel like a tech demo. What was the... You just checked your blood pressure really quickly, like what? Okay. Is that to try and keep your stamina up and your heart rate set or something? Okay, so right here would be a perfect thing to have like your watch on here, like a digital watch of some kind with your GPS, so you can, like, if you just aim up and then you can check your watch real quick. Okay, we're going this direction, we need to head that way over there. That'd be a very cool little UI trick, just to keep everything. It keeps stuff off the screen, but then you have it there so you can check it afterwards. And then you can also keep tabs of where exactly you're headed to, while, like, don't make the watch very bright or anything, but it's just there enough where you can just glance down at it real quick. Hell, you could even put a timer on there too, so you can do like speed runs. So I guess that's what this is. It's kind of like a sort of a Tarkov-ish vibe going on with it, where it's like very minimalistic. You know, the adventure is in what you make of the adventure, but maybe you're going on a mission here. Like, there is a set mission. Again, there's nothing to... But here's the other thing, though. So they're not going up to the dead bodies to grab, you know, like an intel off from a body. They're not grabbing sellable items or anything off from... Okay, no blood. So this is definitely feeling like a tech demo. There's just a lot of stuff missing, which is fine. Yeah, this is early concept. I'm not knocking it. What I'm doing is I'm giving suggestions right now of what'd be cool to see. Like I'm wondering if there could be night vision, and going on the night raids and all that. Sniper. Whoa, see right there again, depth of field, and that's something that they should be fine-tuning before they make this video. Ooh, we got hit. Yep, ran out of ammo again. This is going to make you have to really keep count of how many rounds in the mag. Shot the NPC. There was no reaction from the NPC. They just dropped when their health hit 0. I'm wondering. I'm guessing this is a smaller team making this. This feels very like an indie studio probably made this. Again, not a bad thing, just saying, because there is stuff that could be there. In a version 2.0 or something, you could end up seeing, or maybe not even 2.0, like a 1.2, we'll say that. Of course, if this was, again, I think what would make this very interesting, that's cool, you got, what I'd like to see, though, is a stack up flashbang. Or flashbang clear. What would make this way more interesting, because I'm pretty sure this is PvPvE, make it just players going, or you and your buddies going on a mission, like kind of Helldivers ish, where there's no, I mean, you can maybe do friendly fire in this, but something where it's like, you can do it solo, or you can go 2 to 4 players going on the missions, make it 20 missions or something, whatever, and you are just again, it's kind of like Call of Duty campaign, but not so flat, like more simulation styled Call of Duty campaign. Funny enough, though, war vets. Every time you hear the war vets, whenever they play Call of Duty versus like a Battlefield, they always say Call of Duty is the more realistic one, which everybody always gives Call of Duty shit for being very arcadey. Again, shot the NPC. There was no reaction. He just kept running. Which is interesting too, because Unreal Engine 5, from my knowledge, I think they have a whole system automatically set up, or you might have to program it. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I just, again, I would be more like a game director than programmer, but I would think Unreal Engine 5, you could set that up a way more easier, because they do have the AI manipulation, I think it's called, where you can kind of put that onto the NPCs. Like when you shoot them in the leg, they react to the leg shot. When you shoot them in the arm, they hold their arm, or they drop their gun or whatever. I do believe that is part of UE5's just like default standard. There could be a reason why, they made the map so big that the game can't fully utilize all that stuff for something. That could be any possibility like that. Okay, so I guess somebody just tagged an enemy. on the radar because that ding was an enemy showing up. Well, here's a map.
Roger. Raven is in the air and heading to Bravo 3.
Okay, finally. It's like it's 20 minutes, 21 minutes in. They finally did something to use a voice comm to happen. All right, so what is... Are we going to extraction zone or are we hitting the... We have 2 minutes left. I guess we're going to extraction zone then? What was the point of the mission? Pickup, yeah. We're going to extraction zone, so then we're gonna chug the water. Okay. So the key card. Alright, so this is definitely tech demo.
Raven here. I'm moving out. ETA, 1 minute.
So again, it's interesting of a concept, but there's not much past the concept here. Which I'm not quite sure why everybody's losing their mind over this. Of like, oh my god, it looks so realistic, whatever. I'm like, okay, I give you that. It looks realistic, but that's also Unreal Engine 5. Everything looks realistic in Unreal Engine 5, unless you don't want it to. That is just what UE5 does.
Raven arriving shortly near your position.
It's faux realism. That's what the whole engine is based around. Is faux realism. That's the reason why it's Unreal. Again, when I see something like this, though, I just think of all the different stuff that you could possibly do with this. It's cool that they got it up and running. I give them that. I'd like to see more of like, okay, you grab the key card, run to the person's little base, whatever that they got set up, and then you go in. Like I said, you grab some intel, grab a person, arrest them, move them through the city, maybe grab a car, drive them to Xville, do something like that. Yeah, it's a very basic thing. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, the other thing about something like this too is a lot of these, they don't get past the whole, this, it's like they make a tech demo like this and it doesn't get past this. So you end up seeing that a lot where people are like, oh my god, look at this tech demo, and it's like, okay, yes, but it is just a demo. There is no game to it. It's just a concept of an idea that somebody has that they're trying to basically see if other people think it's cool, and which is fine. That's totally. It's totally awesome seeing that somebody made something with this idea here. It'd be cool to see a maybe publisher pick this up and make it into a full-on realized thing. The other thing too that just popped into my brain is every time, and this gets in with a lot of your influencer culture. Every time a development studio, there was another one there was another studio that tried to make what is it, 5 Days in Fallujah, I think it was called, or Flua or whatever. They tried to make that game, which is more or less like a simulator. It's not really a game. It's like, okay, here's what war is actually like. And there was a lot of people that did a lot of blowbacks, very stupidly, but they were just like, oh my god, you can't do that. And so I feel like anything like this that would be made into a full-on thing, like a full-on product, yeah, there's a lot of stupid blowback that ends up happening online. So again, this is a cool like concept of design, but what can actually be made of it in this day and age, where people don't just get super offended or whatever, and then publishers back out because of that and everything. It's something that a lot of people almost don't dare to talk about anymore, because they're just like, then you're gonna get the hate train. It's like, come on. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much here to talk about. Again, my biggest curiosity with this is, why did it blow up so big on social media? It's like, we've seen Unreal Engine for at least like UE5 for at least like what, a year now. The Matrix. I could see the reason why the Matrix tech demo, I forget what it was called now, but that one, made everybody lose their mind. I can see that one because that was like the first time seeing UE5 and exactly like the full thing of what it's capable of. But we've seen it now, so we should know that yes, this is capable with Unreal Engine 5. We've literally seen games release with Unreal Engine 5 being at the core of it, and they all look like this. They all look super realistic. Unrecord and all those. It's like, this is nothing new. Yeah, people are still like, oh my god, and this is what UE5 does. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's something. Yeah. Hopefully we see more stuff like let's bring back SOCOM. Let's bring back, these really cool. Let's make like a single player style Battlefield game that is not Battlefield. Let's make a Call of Duty that's not Call of Duty, but make it, somewhat like this. Anyways, if you liked any of the ideas I threw into all this stuff, then hit that subscribe button, the likes and all that good stuff, and I will be back with more stuff as it gets announced. We got Summer Games Fest coming up, so there should be a lot more Let's Talks on the channel. I make Let's Talks when something pops up, like newsworthy. This wasn't really newsworthy. This was just me checking a trailer out. But yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see ya next time.